So if you don't remember liar liar, how about this to jog your memory?
様と嘘を武器に負けたら社会的に即アウトの爆炎頭脳ゲームを戦い抜く。ライアーライアーたどり着く。
Still don't remember it? Then fret not, cause I am here to force feed info about this light novel to you. So Liar Liar is a light novel that hasn't been officially adapted in English, so if you haven't heard of it, then it's fine, you are just not cultured enough. So in about April, Kadokawa released one video about the light novel, talking about how it is going to get an anime adaptation. I don't really know if it's an 100% confirmed thingy, but because of this musical video, I was able to find out about this light novel. And when I read its premise, it just got stuck in my mind, and then I had to search up weird fan translation to read it. And obviously, since I am making a video about it, I am gonna spoon food some sweet and spicy plotness about this light novel, but before that I just wanna clarify, when I mean similar to Classroom of the Elite, I mean the same genres, definitely not the same plot tropes or anything like that, but just a similar specific category that Classroom of the Elite would fall in. Definitely very similar school vibes, which can't really be helped. Also, another similar thing about Classroom of the Elite and Liar Liar is that both its illustrators are well versed in the art of hentai doujinshi. Fellow men of culture, they are. And to be honest, that's the only real reason I am even comparing these two. But for starters, let me just explain the plot of Liar Liar to you. Our protagonist manages to get admission into a school that is way out of his league, happens to willy-nilly win against the most popular, smartest, beautiful, unbeatable girl, Da Queen, as the people call her, and that ends up with him being hailed as the ultimate prodigy and owning a personal maid. So clearly he has the luck stats surpassing even the harem protagonists. And a whole load of unbelievable shit happens in this volume 1 of the Liar Liar novel. Currently there is only one fully translated, fan translation, of this light novel. And I have to warn you, I am gonna be treading on the spoiler territory here, obviously all from only the first volume, cause I got no freaking clue what happens in the latter ones. You have been warned, you can just check it out and read the Liar Liar light novel on your own if you want. But here it goes. So the novel begins with Hiroto Shinohara, our protagonist, entering the Academy Island. The island has 4 districts and the district has other schools. The world building might be explained more clearly afterwards, light novels tends to do that. But most importantly, Hiroto had a fateful encounter with a redhead chick, when he was asking for directions to the said girl and he thought she was familiar, and then the cliché truck-kun came up. Unfortunately was not successful in his isekai journey this time and just passed by the girl, but what it did accomplish was that in trying to make sure that the girl doesn't get isekai'd by the truck-kun, this man, our protagonist, ended up pushing the poor girl into the mud. Doubtlessly our protagonist was embarrassed by his failed rescue, but her clothes got wet, so it was worth it. And Hiroto's prologue seemed very interesting in that moment. See, he had a very good poker face, didn't know how to react, and slipped into his own distracted monologue while not really paying that much attention towards the situation, filled with horny thoughts too, of course. Similar to another character's monologue, but comparing past this point might just be disrespectful, so I am gonna drop it. Anyways, the girl got angry, classic Tsunere, blamed the MC, and will talk some gibberish about some plot to overthrow her or sneakingly challenge her, which the MC didn't understand. And then a game issued. See, here comes the interesting part of this light novel, the games, the duels, the fight for the stars, if you will. The no game no life part of it. See, almost everything in this school is decided by games, or duels, to be more specific. The students duel to get the stars from the other student, which makes their life better. And that's a very basic explanation. But here is an easy one. The stars are the level, so to speak. If you have 1 star, you are a level 1 noob who will forever be a bottom feeder, unless you decided to get a star and level up. Then you can live more lavishly. In this school, the student at the top has 7 star, so level 7 being the top limit, the king of the kings. And the people with 6 star or even 4 star or above live luxuriously on this island that is a paradise for the resident 1 million students. They also have the currency based around the stars you have. And now let's focus back onto the game. The redhead chick has challenged Hiroto to a duel, due to her own misunderstanding, and I have to say, this guy is a Chad. He didn't knew shit, but when was asked he just said, "Ah, okay," and rolled with it. A very Chad guy. And the redhead girl got provoked all on her own and the duel ensued. And by the way, not maintaining any suspense, the redhead girl is the one with the most star in the 2nd year, the year in which the MIC is now. Like, she is even unironically called the queen. So yes, she is a top dog, and because of his Chad-like behavior our Mick is fighting battle with the top dog, or technically top bitch, on his first day of the school. All cause this man went, okay. And just rolled with everything that was thrown on him. And then they dueled on the game, to make faces at each other. Yes, the premise of the game was to make the other party have an expression. Any expression but just a form of reaction and that was done deal. Simple enough, right? But see, there are things called skills that you can use in this game. Which is chosen by you. By the way, everything happens very digitally. You can just send a duel request on your phone, the other party accepts. There is an app to choose the game and rules and skills and schwitz. But even that does not explain the technology behind this red-haired girl pulling a freaking holographic sword out of her phone or terminal as they call it. But yeah, you heard me right. She pulled out a sword on the protagonist to get a reaction out of him. But hey, did I mention the only power our MC possess? That's right, he has a good poker face. An excellent one. He is also a great actor, to the boot. And he wins and defeats the queen, and gains an unconventional red star. A red star is a star that actually allows you to lie. Yes, the title comes in, the red star manages for you to get away with any one lie. Just one, but it can even fool the school authorizes and whatnot. Which our protagonist knows nothing about. He finds out about this from the shady headmistress of this high school that he is attending, which by the way he was only able to attend because of the said headmistress. See, Ichinos, the principal of this school just found Hiroto from who knows where and cause he had a sobby story about finding his childhood love which might be in this island, so the principal just let him attend the school. Cause guess what? Our protagonist is not academically good at all. Matter of fact, he wouldn't even get admitted into this school if it weren't for this 30-year-old woman who just picked him up. And here is the current situation. Hiroto is a nobody, but the red-haired girl that he defeated is from the most powerful family that there is, and they are so petty that they are gonna rustigate him for humiliation, their prized red-haired queen. And so Ichinos makes him a proposal, all for her own selfish shady reason, and the proposal goes something like. Hiroto used this red star to lie about how good you actually are at studying and about how you totally didn't score one of the lowest marks in the entrance test but the highest marks, and then you will be hailed as a prodigy, the first transfer student who managed to get a whooping 7-star, even though you actually only have a single star cause of your poor results. And this will be less humiliating for the red-haired queen and their powerful Saiyajin family, so they might just let you live. So Hiroto said, okay. And rolled with it, while this principal had her own unconventional, definitely dark plans. Hiroto even gave a whole speech, where he grandly talked and provoked all the student body, all to protect himself, from the powerful Saiyajin family, cause he had defeated their prized red-haired chick. And by the way, did I tell you that the red-haired chick is actually not a part of the Saiyajin family? Yes, that's right, see, red star is used to make a lie possible. And Hiroto won that star from defeating the red hair, so beforehand it was in red-haired girl's hand and she was using it too in a very simple way. She was using it for identity theft. That's right, see, the queen, that is known around the school is actually a fake one. This girl has just taken the identity of the girl who was actually from the Saiyajin family, but just to preface so you don't end up having the same misunderstanding that I had, I am gonna tell the whole of the red-haired girl's story. Sesra Saiyajin is the name that the red-haired girl uses, but that's not who she is. Sesra Saiyajin is a rich girl who is presumably kidnapped and her family is keeping it hush-hush, and in her place the red-haired chick, as is her name, is taking her place. Just to kind of stand in for her. So all the school accomplishment that she has achieved to be called as the queen, is the red-haired chick's. She is just using the name of the Sesra Saiyajin. When I first found out about this, my first two impression were, man, what an irresponsible freaking family. The girl gets kidnapped, they don't tell anybody, and then she just gets replaced, this red-haired chick, for what? To keep attendance school. The second thought was, man, it's cool that this red-haired chick, who is not from an actually rich family, is doing so much, and none of it is going to credit for her actual name. And her accomplishment are going in another girl's name who is kidnapped but she is still going on it. That's cool. But those two thoughts rapidly changed as the story continued. Focusing on her story alone, here is the entirety of it that is told from the first volume, so you know how Sesra Saiyajin was kidnapped. Well, think again. Cause she is not kidnapped, technically she didn't even run away. This red-haired chick saw that Sesra was living constantly under the pressure of coming from a rich family, you know the strictness that comes with it. So the red-haired chick made her escape, didn't help her escape, mind you, but just sent her off to a normal school to live a normal life. And then she told the family that the girl got kidnapped. And that is why red-haired chicks are crazy. I am sorry, if sometime later in the story arc they show a darker past of both these girls which excuses this crazy ass plan, but for now I wanna say that's freaking irresponsible. What the redhead chick is thinking that she is gonna tell the family, that yes she got kidnapped for years but then suddenly turned up when her high school was over. But yeah the red-haired chick is pulling one up on the entire school body and the Cyanji family through the means of identity theft, and plain lying, with no long-term plan, so props to her for that. So she is one hella of a liar. And then there is our protagonist who is gonna have to pretend to be a genius, which he is not or at least that's what's being told in the volume 1. And he is also a great liar. So we have a liar and then another liar. Liar liar the title comes into play. And now onto the sweet character that is the most important, the fan service knockoff Rem. I mean Himeji, the maid. The personal maid of Hiroto who has actually been appointed by Ichinos, the principal. Himeji seems to hate Ichinos and it seems more like she has been blackmailed into it, but Himeji sure does quickly slip into her role as a maid. Even calls our protagonist master, not even that she also has a history with the red-haired chick so there is much to be known about who she actually is, but the highlight here of this character, is something that shines the brightest in this light novel. And it's not the fan service, or her suggestive appearance in the cover, her highlight is that she is a hacker. And she also has a team of prominent hacker working with her for the sake of Hiroto. So Hiroto is already up, because he can hack and win the duels as he wants. Since he is the person with the 7 stars, the most stars in this school, he does receive quite a few duel challenges, but even if he isn't smart, fret not. When you can hack, with the power of hackers, everything can be won over. So Himeji is part of a very professional team, appointed by Ichinos, whose job is to make sure that Hiroto Shinohara can cheat safely and win securely. And when he does, although not always by cheating and he is a great actor and puts on quite show. Also managed to make himself into this arrogant, high-profile character who is well respected among his colleagues. People really recognize him as a big prodigy, so he is making himself known. He also fights duels with a senpai, and a guy who was obsessed with the red-haired chick. And by the way red-haired chick is going all Tsunere over him. And the small interaction between them are quite interesting. In fact when the red-haired chick was telling her story to Hiroto, he was able to tell she was lying, so he is smart. And he pulled a bluff trick by himself on the final duel, which made red-haired chick go all, oh my god are you actually a genius. But yeah, red-haired chick is working together with Hiroto cause he knows her secret and she knows his. They are helping each other, but in public eyes they are enemy. The games the duels are the main attraction of it, the suspense, the thrill of it, which I might not do justice so you should check it out on your own. But those are the main plot points introduced in the first volume, it all kinda reminded me of Classroom of the Elite, obviously, especially when it was brought if Hiroto is actually a genius or not. For now he is just pretending, but could he be more than what he seems? With that kind of thing I just can't help it. Also has some no game no life elements to it, and I think from what I have read, this novel might also have something like special exam, cause that's the second way to earn the stars. But yeah it's cool for now, you can check it out.